Let's take a look at one of the feature races of the week for many, a very open race as well in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. We're going 6 furlongs here, and it's 4-1 the field over in the UK at the moment, with Federal Judge the market leader, Mullikin at 6-1, 7-1 and bigger the rest. Luke Elder alongside, as always, Tom Collins, where the Breeders' Cup Sprint in years gone by, Tom, it's offered very short price favourites. Absolutely the opposite this time around. This is one of the more open races of the entire week.
Yeah, they're going to go fast from the outset until the end, and it's going to be who can stay this trip the best out of all of this field. Do I have a strong fancy? Absolutely not. But I think you can take a chance on a horse at a slightly bigger price than the market leaders because, as you say, it is so wide open. Just looking at the front runners in here, you've just got a wealth of horses with unlimited early speed, but not exactly the strongest in the closing stages. The likes of Skelly, Straight No Chaser, who steps up in grade, Federal Judge, again, stepping up in grade, but gets Arid Ortiz, Raging Torrent, Dom Frankie, the Japanese challenger. There are so many good horses in here, but not much separates them at all.
Yeah, I think we're sort of reading the race the same. Interested to see if our selections are the same. We'll mention Federal Judge just quickly because Federal Judge was very good last time around. I thought took advantage a touch of a track that favoured the speed in a race where nothing could really close. However, take nothing away from Federal Judge, the performance itself was still very good.
Yeah, took a lot of money that day. Flavian Pratt was on board in the Phoenix, went to the lead, dominated and kicked clear and looked like a pretty nice horse. But as I say, this is now grade 1, much bigger field, likely to be pressed on the front end. Skelly's a faster horse than Federal Judge, so is Straight No Chaser. So I think Irad may have to take back into that stalking role, and who knows if he can fire in that kind of position or not.
Obviously, that was grade 2 as well. It was taken on Nakatomi that day. Nakatomi was giving Federal Judge £4. Not that made the difference, but I think they'll be far, far closer. I'll spoil my pick. We'll do it again at the end. But I think Nakatomi at 10-1 is an absolutely absurd price over in the UK. He's about 6-1, I think, on the morning line. Over in the US, Tyler Gaffalione taking the ride. Missed the break a little bit last time around in the Phoenix, as we say, but was very good, I thought, in the Alfred G. Vanderbilt 2 starts back. Managed to achieve a speed figure of 105. That was obviously off the back of running third over in Dubai in the Golden Shaheen. But we know that Nakatomi is a very good horse. He was third in this race last year. The harder they go, the better for him. I think 10-1 from an each way standpoint, Tom, is absolutely ridiculous for Nakatomi.
I really don't disagree, to be honest. He was the last off my shortlist in this race. He's got a good draw. There's lots of speed. He's going to be sat off it. I think the race is going to set up perfectly for him. It's just whether he can fire and win this race. Usually, in this kind of grade, he comes up second or third best. But even then, you're still getting a nice each-way return. I'm going to look slightly different, but with a similar kind of horse. Actually, no, they're completely opposite horses. My pick's going to be Raging Torrent, who's an up-and-comer, whereas Nakatomi's been at the level for a long time. Mm-hmm. Raging Torrent draws inside. Okay, that's not ideal. He's got lots of early speed, so it's not a problem from a pace perspective. It's just if he can't make the front, then he's going to be boxed in around 4th or 5th, and from there it's going to be tough for Antonio Fresu. That being said, his recent efforts over 7 furlongs this year have been electric. He has course form. He draws inside, which is good if he does sit back from the perspective of he's not going to cover extra ground. Like some of those who are drawn out wide, Skelly, for example. He's got stamina to stay the 7, so this trip's fine. Hopefully he can grab a place. I'm on him anti-post, but I would have loved to have seen him in maybe gate 5 or 6 instead.
Yeah, Raging Torrent, currently a 7-1 chance. Nakatomi at 10-1. I did have Mullikin on my list for quite some time. I'm just not sure this race is truly going to suit. Obviously, Mullikin last time around was very good, has really, really stepped forward in more recent runs. But again, in the forego, I just thought it was a race that very much catered towards Mullikin. It's whether he can do that again at this sort of level.
Yeah, and transferring that form over to the West Coast as well, where you're meeting probably quicker horses than he did in the forego or anything he's faced this year. He wasn't for me, to be honest. I just kind of bypassed him. Maybe he'll run a good race. It is a wide open contest, but I'll be looking elsewhere.
Yeah, Nakatomi, it is for me. I think 10-1 is a silly price. I would bet Nakatomi each way down to about 6-1, to be quite honest. I really think this horse hits the 3 at the very least, and I can see him absolutely going better than that. And Tom, just clarify your selection.
Raging Torrent for me, for Doug O'Neill and Antonio Fresu. Big player in the race if he can muster that early speed to get into a nice spot.
Both picks at nice prices. Raging Torrent 7-1 for Tom, Nakatomi at 10-1 for myself. We've got 13 other Breeders' Cup videos to take a look at on our YouTube page. Head across and subscribe. We'll see you over on one of those others. Until then, stay safe, look after one another. Goodbye.